Hello, I'm Freddie Jacquin. I'm a hypnotherapist, and I've made this video in answer to the question, is self-hypnosis as effective as hypnotherapy with a therapist? Now, as with all the answers I give on these video Q&As, this answer is just my opinion. My belief is that as a therapist, the only person in my therapy room that has the answers to the problem, has the resources, the abilities, the strength to overcome that problem, is the client themselves. My role, as I see it, is as a guide to help my client get to that state of mind where they have access to their unconscious abilities and skills, access to that unconscious programming, the habitual behaviour that people present with, so they can change that programming. I teach people self-hypnosis, and that's generally the first time I meet my clients in that first session. And if someone's proficient at self-hypnosis, and I imagine, because I don't meditate, but I imagine it's a bit like meditating. The more you do it, the more efficient, the better you get at it. And it's the same with self-hypnosis. You know, the more you do it, and the more you practice it, the easier it is to go into that hypnotic trance where you have access to your unconscious abilities so you can make the changes. So my belief is that self-hypnosis is as effective as hypnotherapy with a therapist. Once you have the map, you know where you're going, and you know how to get there, and you have the belief that it's possible, then you can change pretty much any behaviour in your life, any habitual behaviour. It's my belief that all that holds us to the problems we have is the limiting belief that we can't overcome it. Sometimes I see my role as a therapist in just getting my client to understand, one, their worth, their value to the people who love them. So if in the case of someone who's taking drugs or drinking too much alcohol or doing anything else that's physically detrimental to them, it gives them an understanding of their value, so they look after themselves better. In the situation where someone's got some underlying programming, let's say habitual behaviour, nail biting, smoking, those kinds of things, then again you have access to those programs through hypnosis. So my role really is a guide to help my client believe that they can change, see a light, if you like, at the end of the tunnel, give them the ability to access their own unconscious strengths and abilities, and let their unconscious mind make those changes. So if you can do self-hypnosis and you become proficient at it, then of course you get access to that programming. You know what you want, and all you have to do, if you like, for want of a better way of describing it, is ask your unconscious mind to search and find the answers to that problem. Search and find the resources, the strengths to overcome that problem, and then trust that your unconscious mind will do that for you. So I hope that's helped answer that question. Is self-hypnosis as effective as hypnotherapy with a therapist? My belief is yes, because ultimately you are going to make the changes. Sometimes it's just the belief that it's possible.